Hi, and welcome back. In this video, we're going to discuss what a solutions architect actually is and what one does. To follow along in the Orion papers, click on Appendix and then what is a solutions architect? Now, in a broad sense, a solutions architect is someone who takes the high-level business and custom requirements and turns those into an architectural design. Now, that design should follow best practices. On AWS, they have a framework for this known as the Well-Architected Framework, which we're going to introduce later on in the course. Besides designing a solution, however, a solutions architect is expected to be an ongoing resource for the deployment and operations of the infrastructure. And they'll be responsible for making sure best practices are followed throughout the lifecycle of the project. On AWS, to be a successful solutions architect, you need to understand a couple of foundational areas very well. One is you have to be able to design architectures that are resilient. And resilient means that they are highly available and/or fault tolerant in the event of component failures. A solutions architect also has to understand how to leverage caching, scalability, and elasticity to achieve maximum performance efficiency from the infrastructure. They also have to be able to identify the most cost-efficient solutions, particularly for compute and storage. And of course, since this is the cloud, they have to be very focused on security, knowing how to secure the application layer, the data layer, and network layers. And finally, they have to be aware of all the ways that they could help achieve operational excellence by including appropriate design features in their architecture. So now that you understand what a solutions architect is supposed to know and what they do, you should make sure that's a good fit for your expectations. Because in addition to solutions architect roles, there are also systems operations, developing, DevOps. There are many roles that you could play in an IT organization that's leveraging AWS. So hopefully before you proceed, you've decided that a solutions architect career is one that you want. Before we wrap up this video, let's take a look at a quote from techtarget.com that defines a cloud architect very well. A cloud architect is an IT professional who is responsible for overseeing a company's cloud computing strategy. This includes cloud adoption plans, cloud application design, and cloud management and monitoring. Cloud architects oversee application architecture and deployment in cloud environments, including public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud. Additionally, cloud architects act as consultants to their organization and need to stay up to date on the latest trends and issues. So that last point is one that is often overlooked. You need to keep abreast of the changes and improvements that are occurring on AWS so that you can implement those for lowering cost and improving performance efficiency on an ongoing basis. Now that we've covered what a solutions architect is, let's move on to the next video where we'll introduce the Well-Architected Framework.